introduce my beautiful, oh my god. One can get the nook nook. What's good, shiny stars? Welcome back to my channel. I have two beautiful girls here today. We are about to do a tipsy girl talk, but a little bit more of a regular girl talk. We're just gonna get right to the nitty and gritty, okay?
Damn.
So first, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce my beautiful, oh my god.
Not the water bottle, sis.
Introduce you guys to these beautiful ladies right next beside me. So I have Barb here. She was here in the last video.
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Just trying to pretty
Welcome. I have my beautiful friend Soleen here.
Hey guys.
I'm gonna tag both of their Instagram down below so you guys can see and you know check them out as well. Just gonna randomly talk about things.
Yeah.
If this video is all over the place, I am so sorry. You know, like this is just a regular, you know, chill kind of vibes, and I'm hanging out with my girls. So all right,
Get started, guys.
yes, let's get started.
She's been waiting to do that all night.
She really was. So the first topic we're going to talk about is just a random thought. Is it possible to have multiple love interests?
We were actually at lunch, we were just randomly talking about like ability of having more than one love interest. And so I was more on the side of, I think 100% you definitely can have more than one love interest. But maybe not the word love, but more so the word like, or you can like different people in terms of like what each person brings to the table. And I feel like you two are kind of like on the other end of the spectrum, saying that, you know, you usually find that one person that you stick with. Even though you could at the time be talking to multiple people at the time, I feel like you definitely do narrow it down to that one individual that you end up actually pursuing more, correct?
Yeah. So me? No. Hell no.
I agree with that.
I'm sorry. Like for me, it's like guys taking pieces of me. You know, like liking someone is you having pieces of me, and I cannot do that. Like if I like somebody, I want to put the effort in liking them. Yes, I understand. Like some guys are players, and some guys like to waste your time, but I'm loyal like that, and maybe it's just the way I'm built. But I cannot like multiple people or have love interest with multiple people. I feel like guys are doing the same thing. They're like, you know, hanging out with a lot of people, and I can hang out with a lot of people, but if I have one person that I specifically like, of course my intention is gonna go to them, only them, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little different with that.
I feel like even when there is no title, even before the title, I feel like I'm literally giving my all to that one person that I like.
It's just your loyalty. It's something
kind of bad. It could be dangerous.
It really
because,
can,
you know,
like, it can hurt you in the end.
Exactly. And I feel like with my experience, that's what's happened to me. Like I feel like, you know, I just do too much in the beginning. But it's because you really like somebody.
Like you're pouring yourself into that person right away.
And then also you're kind of like looking forward to the future with that person already before there's even a title. And well, that's something I do, and I know it's bad. I know not a lot of girls do that.
I remember somebody saying that like when a girl go, I don't know who it is, it's a YouTuber, I'm gonna probably tag them. They said that when a girl goes on a date with a guy, they initially think, or even hang out with a guy, they initially think of their future. How many kids they're gonna have, how many houses they're gonna have, are they gonna be together until they're old, you know, when he's gonna propose, when are you gonna forgive, like we do nitty gritty on the first meeting.
Right. But
I feel like
dangerous
it's still dangerous to us. Yeah.
Because we should just like, you know, live, I guess, like in that present moment, just meeting that person, getting to know them, not like jumping ahead.
So that's what I was gonna say. I feel like
we put ourselves in a situation where we're looking to get her, you know what I mean? Like,
and that's why for me, like I can't do multiple love interests or like interests, because it's like my heart needs to focus on one person. If my heart focuses on a lot of people, I actually might need to go to a mental asylum. Because I
have some really good points here. So, you know, when you're talking or dating multiple people, you still have that favorite person that, you know, you like the most.
Right.
So when do you give the others that time? Like, do you give them attention and time when your most liked person
is not paying attention to you?
Exactly. Like, is that when you kind of go and you look for the attention? Or like, when is that? Because you know we all got favorites, honey.
Of course, we do got favorites. We got favorite guys.
That's a really good question. To touch base on that, let me just touch base on a couple of things that you guys have mentioned. Because you had mentioned, I think one thing that I also agree with 100% is the whole idea of when you find out one person, you're investing your time into that person, right? Like you're letting your heart fall for that person, right? However, I think it's a bit of a stretch when you like, not a stretch. I mean, obviously the ultimate goal with somebody is either you are getting married or you break up. So if you meet that person, you're like, okay, I really like you. Of course, the focus is gonna be, let's figure out what the future is. Are we gonna be moving forward together? Are we gonna be aligning our lives together? Are we gonna be thinking about marriage? All these big things that come into play, right? So I 100%, I'm on that boat with you guys. I'm not saying like I want to be like dating, committed to somebody, and then out here talking to different guys. That's not what I'm saying. No.
She's not saying that. She's saying if you got options, you got options.
In the beginning stages, when you're just dating and you're talking to different people, you do find yourself liking different things in different people.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree, yeah.
You know, like literally, I can be talking to one person and be really invested in that person. However, I can be also talking to somebody else where I feel like you're, like, for example, your ambition. I'm attracted to your ambition. I'm attracted to your professionalism. I'm attracted to like the way you carry yourself versus the other guy. I like when we go out, we hang out, we eat, and we just chill and have fun. Like he's my going out person. Right? But I don't ever use people, don't get it twisted.
She does not.
I feel like I can meet different people, talk to different people, be invested in the different things I like about each person, but at the same time, along the depending on like how long the time progresses, because not everyone's gonna still stick around by the time I find out one person that I really like, you know. And that's what I'm saying. You have options. Because you never know. Let's say right away I meet this guy and he's great. And I'm already like, okay, I like you, right? Mind you, I have 2 or 3 guys that I was talking to in the past. Right. So how is it, I just don't think it's smart for you to just throw yourself at that one person right away, because you still need time to get to know that person. Mind you, you already know these other people in your past that are necessarily not people that you're with, but people that you're getting to know as well. Right? So why throw all your eggs in one basket? Like, no, you never want to do that, because what if that relationship that you threw yourself at doesn't work out? And then you end up
getting hurt.
You end up getting hurt regardless.
I think
regardless if you pick that one person to focus on, you can get hurt if you pick that person, or whether you're talking to multiple people. But it's just like you have to have boundaries too. It's another thing I would say. You know, because I don't be doing everything, all of them. Like, guys, come on, I'm a classy woman. Like, I don't be doing that. However,
she has boundaries.
I have boundaries, and I think
only one can get the nook. Only one. Just one. Thank you.
I think what Barbara is saying is very logical.
It is.
It's a logical thing to do. It's what you do when you listen to your mind and not your heart.
Exactly.
Okay? And I think that's where we kind of go like wrong. It's like when we listen to our heart so much,
I know,
we do throw all of our eggs in one basket.
And that's really
the heart is. Yeah, and the heart is telling you to do that. However, the mind is saying no.
Be logical about it.
Be logical.
Yeah,
you know, meet these people, see what you like, and there's nothing wrong with that.
And it's unintentional too. Like, you can't help what your heart feels. The brain can tell you 1,000 things, but your heart, it controls everything.
And basically. I think I do a lot of like those situations. I kind of go with my heart, and I don't know. I think maybe because I'm very empathetic and I just feel a lot. However, like, as you grow, or as I've grown older, I kind of like listen to like my mind more.
You have to.
Like, you have to, exactly.
I feel like I've been forced to do so. Like, I have no choice but to listen to my head and to my gut a lot more. Because when I let my heart lead me, 9 times out of 10 I get hurt.
Exactly.
You know, or something happens to me, or I end up in a situation where I wasn't supposed to be, and it's like, I knew better than that.
And
my
then,
mind knows better than that.
And then you look back and you're like, what the heck?
What
was I thinking? Like, my brain was telling me one thing, but my heart was telling me.
That's a song, right?
That's a song.
I knew
that's a song. I don't know what song it is though. But no, seriously though, you guys are actually like making valid points. Me, I'm one of those people. I really don't know how to lean in with my heart.
Lean in without your heart?
Lean in with my heart.
Okay.
I don't know how to lean in with my heart, but like for me, that's what I'm saying. With you, like, yes, you can have multiple interests, but it takes me a very long time to have a crush on someone.
Really?
I'm dead serious. Like,
I fall in love so fast.
I protect myself, and I've been protecting myself for a very long time. That's just something that I am, that kind of person. But like, it takes me a long time, because I need to know if your personality is good, if you treat me nice, if you make me smile, if you make me laugh. You know, those are like characteristics that I like. You don't gotta look like a sexy man. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that's a bonus. Don't judge me, okay? You gotta be attracted to the person you're sleeping with. You know what I mean? So. But for me, in my mind, it's like I have to focus on that individual because it took me so long to get to that point that I like them.
Yeah.
So like I can't like someone else because that it's gonna take longer for me to like.
So
that
I think what you're talking about,
like the progress of it. Yeah.
You actually take the time to get to know this person. So where you are aligned with them, but you do like them.
Yeah.
So that's a little different.
And then in the end, they still fuck me over. So there you have it.
To touch base on what you're saying, I think you're talking more so when you get to that point where you do like somebody. I feel like you're talking about a friendship, like you're building a friendship with somebody.
Basically, because I grew up with men, and I grew up around men, and I knew guys my whole life. Yeah. Like I felt comfortable with men. Right. Like I never felt as comfortable with females. Like for me, it's like it took me a very like females are catty and they just want to fight you, and they don't like you because you're either prettier than them or smarter than them or some stupid thing that they have insecurities about that they need to fix on their own. And it has not you got hell no.
I'm just saying general.
But no, I mean like I'm just saying when we were in high school and middle school, like we were catty. But like honestly, like for me it's just like it takes a certain person to give me that spark, you know? And I look for that spark because if you give me adventure and if you give me like funny things and if you just do things that just like make me happy, like I'm gonna like you. I'd rather build that friendship. I'm sorry you guys, I'm very like I'd rather build that friendship. I'm traditional because I cannot meet a random guy and say, oh I like you. Who are you?
Right.
Like, do you think you're afraid to be like vulnerable?
So that's why you take your time to like get to know.
But yeah, 100%. I'm very terrified of being vulnerable. I don't know what that feels like. I feel like I might be in the sky, like literally trying to walk in clouds and then falling. That is a terrifying feeling.
Let me ask you something. Why did you ask her that question? What made you want to ask her that question? What were you thinking when you asked her?
I asked her because she was, talking about how long it takes her to like really like somebody. Right. And sometimes when we do take so long to really allow ourselves to like, another person, individual, it's because we're afraid. We're afraid, that we were afraid to be vulnerable and we're afraid to give them ourselves. I think like it's just based on fear. Fear, stops us from doing so much and allowing us to be ourselves. It stops that connection with that person. But life is all about connection and human interaction and like it's okay to be vulnerable, Yeah, you might get hurt, but such is life. You learn lessons, but you're being your most authentic self when you are vulnerable.
Exactly.
My biggest thing is like going off of that is when you ask me if are you scared to be vulnerable. I understand you're gonna get hurt. I've been hurt. I've been hurt by a lot of guys. Like that's just a normal fact. Like guys are dicks.
And that's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but it's like it makes me tougher. It puts more guards up.
Right.
Which makes it harder for me to be vulnerable because of what they did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, I have that inkling in my mind of what, like, it's not, I'm thinking about the past. I forgive and I forget. Like, for me, like, my heart, like, I used to hold grudges, but I'm one of those people now, like, I forgive and forget. I forgot you. If you hit me up a couple months later, I don't know who you are.
Girl, give me that energy.
You know what? Like, for me, when I like you, I like you. And you have to take that opportunity to like me back, or at least get to know me and get to be with me. Because once I don't like you, once I'm done with you, you're dead to me. I don't even know you. You don't exist in my area. And that's not trying to be rude, but that's just who I am. Like, you wasted my time. I liked you. You hurt me. Okay, what's the point of you coming back? Like, just because I'm over you. And I'm not going back. I'm not one of those girls. I don't go back to a guy that I like before.
Like that, man. That's the hardest things for us.
Like, I kept it in my past and I kept it pushing because in my mind, the way my mom raised me, she raised me to know, like, if a guy likes you, he's gonna put effort in you. He's gonna chase you. If you're wasting my time, I have nothing else to say to you. There is nothing in my mind that's gonna be like, oh my god, I used to like him.
Right.
Like I don't care. Cause you hurt me and you were not meant to be with me. Someone else is. Someone will take that place. It's really simple.
You know what? When you say all that in one and you say it like that, it sounds very simple, but it's the hardest thing.
The hardest.
Because I'm that person that I cannot let people go. Like, I don't know how to block people. I'm sorry. I just told y'all a couple minutes ago I'm gonna block you if you send me crazy stuff. I'm gonna block you if you gonna stop me, but like, I don't know how to block people from my past. For me, it's like, I can let you go, but blocking you just feels like I'm like holding on to you still. That's just how I look at it, right? Also because I just want to be, I don't want to be in a negative, bitter space with someone. We don't have to be together. We don't have to be on good terms. We can be cordial, but I just feel like, I still feel like if I saw you 2 months later, I'll still say hi. I'm that person.
I'm just kind of scared.
I don't hold things against people. I think the hardest thing for me is forgiving myself for allowing what happened to happen to me. That's another thing too. But that can be a very hard journey to go through. Yeah. Because as a human being, you should learn to forgive yourself. Because not everything's your fault. You know?
No, it's not.
You know, when people end up being in your life and they hurt you, that's not your fault. But sometimes
because you're a good person, you allowed it.
Yeah,
and God knows that.
Yes.
And God knows that that person is meant to be right there at that moment.
Yeah, right? To teach you a lesson
to teach you, you know? and you might not see that lesson because you were going through a lot of heartbreak.
Exactly.
But it's, she's right. Like,
sometimes
I agree with that part.
Sometimes it's hard to forgive yourself for some of the baggage you've been through.
Right.
It's like you sit there like, damn, if I hadn't put myself in that situation, maybe I wouldn't have had that person hurt.
And then you question
your
morals,
and your values.
And you think you're not a good person because of that.
Because of that situation. And that you have to remind yourself that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's not your fault what happened to you. Whatever happened to you, mind you, can be minor, it can be major.
Yes.
Whatever it is that happened to you, it's not your fault. And I think the biggest thing about self-journey and self-growth is you just learning to forgive yourself. And forgiving yourself is letting go. Letting go is also like, sometimes you don't forget it, and that's just a real fact. That's just reality, especially for me. I don't forget some of the things that have happened to me. However, I learned to live with it. I learned to just respond better when I think about those things. I learned to keep affirming myself that, okay, that happened to me, but that's not all I am. That past was a past, and I'm now moving forward to something better. And there is somebody out there who will respect me, who will love me, who will cherish me. Like, the smartest thing I heard one of my pastors tell me was, she was like, Barbara, if you saw the man that you wanted today, right, do you think that he would notice you? Just let that sink in. Like, if I saw my man, like everything I ever wanted in a guy, I saw him right then and there. Do you even think that he's gonna notice me? Right? Because you think that, okay, this is the person I want, this person I'm chasing. However, are you ready to take on that person that you actually want in your life? Are you ready to handle all that pressure? And I think when you think that, you guys think that, right? It was so, I was like, wait a minute, that's so deep, because you know, like, I mean, we all have like ideas of men that we want, or not even ideas of men, but like the ideal person that we want in our lives.
Yeah, the qualities that we get from a person. Right. Yeah, the perfect man.
Right, for us, right? But I feel like if I saw that person, I'm like, I want you to be all about me. Is he gonna notice me? Is he gonna see me? So it's like, what I'm trying to say is you gotta build yourself up at the end of the day. All of this, like, falling really hard or not falling really hard, or like, I think that when you love somebody, it's a risk. But if you learn to love yourself, which is the journey, which is ongoing for everybody, and it's the hardest thing ever, you get to that space where that person that God wants you to notice will notice you, and you will notice them. So I believe in that, you know. So like you said, like, the past is just something that you've got to work to let go.
Okay, like, letting go is the first step of the healing process. Yeah. You know, like, you carry this trauma from your past relationships into your new relationships. Like, it's not gonna work out.
The baggage,
you carry that baggage. And it's so hard to kind of leave that behind, but you cannot jump into something new if you have not fully healed. You know what I mean? Exactly, And it's unfair to, like, your significant other if you still have that, you know, those insecurities and that baggage from, you know, your previous relationship. It's really hard to kind of like let that go. Like, you know, because we develop these insecurities and we develop these, like, almost trust issues, not just with another person, but within ourselves.
Exactly.
Like, am I good enough for this relationship?
You start to doubt your own gut.
Exactly. Too. And we've had this conversation before about like self-sabotage. And like, it's so hard.
I'm the queen of that.
Girl,
well, actually, I used to be the queen of that.
Especially when you start a new relationship, because you start to doubt, like, does this person really love me? Or, you know, am I deserving of this love? Like, of course I am. I'm freaking great.
Right. You are. Thank you. You know, like,
all right. So I hope you guys like this tipsy / regular girl talk. Because this beautiful girl don't drink. So we... Occasionally. Yes. You know, I do all the time. Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming into my channel, and I hope you guys. I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you give me please
comment
down below.
Like, I always wanted to do this.
Yes, you did. Follow,
subscribe.
We're famous.
The subscribe button is like right here in the bell area. I think it's this way. It might be turned upside
turn
down.
on your post notifications.
I know.
You get notified when she posts videos.
Thank you. Like she already knows
Amen.
what's up.
Yes.
Please do, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.